Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is Terri Pace. I'm your host tonight, and our topic is essential oils for healthy weight. There are countless factors that contribute to a healthy body. We must manage nutrition and sleep, stressors on the body, our mind, toxins, and all these things just to maintain optimal health. In addition to like the daily demands that come with caring for our body, we have other problems that might be out of our control, like health issues, aging, genetic conditions. But the good news is, even though there's dozens of factors that can influence your health, we still have a great deal of control over how our bodies feel, how they function, and how they look. So part of cultivating and maintaining a healthy body is it's that ability to have a healthy weight, right? As it turns out, our ability to maintain a healthy weight has many implications for other areas of our body and our overall health, right? Poor weight management habits can lead to us being overweight, right? A widespread health concern in the modern world. Right? This is frequently an issue among both adults and children, right? Especially in countries where, you're served large portions, they're heavily processed foods, very sedentary lifestyles, right? Where these things are common, we tend to see the average weight go up above what is ideal. Another issue that we deal with is, each body type, each composition is very different. And so our body composition, try to say that a few times fast, right? It's our muscle, how much water, how much bone, right? And that body composition has a major bearing on all of our health, including how our body systems and our metabolism is every single day. So based on your norm, right, what's your body composition, right, how much excess fat we have, right, can raise or lower our ability to do some of those functions that we need to do, right? Now, I really want to tell you the truth about fat, right? So there's such a negative connotation associated with the word fat. And so if we're going to talk about healthy weight, we first have to identify the fact that you need healthy fats in your diet, right? It lines the circulatory system, the brain, right? Your heart, like all these things need healthy fats, right? And so we have to have some fat. We also know that if our body stores too much of it, it can throw other areas of our body out of order, right? Your body is constantly working, right? Using hormones and genetic regulations and other mechanisms to maintain a range of body weight, right? Like that's your set point. And so our daily habits can cause that set point to fluctuate up or down, depending on how we treat our body, right? And so when it comes to reaching kind of that healthy weight, the effective solutions are very simple, and they require us to focus on the two things that you probably know but don't want to admit, right? Exercise and healthy eating, right? It's very simple, right? And we know what to do, we just don't always do it, right? So when we exercise, we're not just improving our physical health and fitness, we're providing our body with an abundance of benefits like better sleep, better ability to combat stress, elevating your cognitive function, lowering propensity for the craving for those unhealthy foods. And of course, when you exercise, you do have some weight loss if that's your goal. Proper nutrition is key, right? It helps promote heart health, it helps improve your mood, builds strong muscles and bones, right? And promotes brain function, right? All these things contribute, and they can actually even promote a longer life, right? And so it's super important, eating right is the foundation for our health. And you'll hear that over and over again while we're here talking about healthy weight. We know what to do, we just don't always do it, right? And so there are some obstacles to that healthy weight management, right? And so no two people are the same. And so a lot of times when it comes to exercise and diet and weight management, they try to sell you these one-size-fits-all solutions, and they don't work. And that's exactly because no two people are the same, right? The basic principles might be easy and sound, but because of all those factors we just talked about, your body composition, your lifestyle routine, your genetic history, all these things are going to give you a different outcome. And so, you know, while some weight management programs claim to be the end-all be-all to all weight issues, there simply isn't a single solution that works for everybody, for every type, right? We also know that there's no quick fix, right? Despite these very enthusiastic claims for some of these weight management programs, we're not going to suddenly become a healthy weight overnight, just the way we didn't become an unhealthy weight overnight, right? The thought of losing too much weight instantly, or, you know, with little or no work might sound very alluring, but it's not plausible generally, and even if it is, it's not sustainable, right? So it takes some effort to maintain that ideal weight, and the concept behind that healthy weight management is truly very simple, right? We also do have to, we're going to talk a little bit tonight about hormone and how it affects your weight, right? Appetite, satiation, metabolic functions in the body, stress, all these things are controlled by the hormones that we produce, right? And when your hormones are off, it can impact our weight loss management drastically, right? We know this. We know that the soundest principle, the one true solution, is that it has to become a way of life, right? We don't want to do something quick, right? You know, the things we do to get well, the things we do to get to a healthy weight, or the things we do to maintain the healthy weight. And that's why it's really important to base your ideal weight on sound wellness principles, things that you can duplicate day in and day out, right? And so what we're going to talk about here today are exactly those things. So how can an essential oil actually help with weight management, right? Knowing that there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution for weight management makes really a lot of sense that essential oils can be used in a variety of ways to help maintain a healthy weight. But as you begin to manage your weight, the specific tactics that you use will depend heavily on your own personal goals, your individual health status, and your preferences when it comes to eating, working out, and others. So what I love is there's versatility inside essential oils, and it helps make it very easy to incorporate it into any lifestyle choice, right? Like depending on, you know, you work out in the morning or you work out in the evening, you don't want to work out, right? We can use essential oils to support all of those choices that we make, right? And no matter what your goal, no matter what your health status, no matter what your preference is, there are several oils that can provide significant help on your weight management journey. So we're going to kind of look at it from, at first, well, what are the common goals, right? And so we want to support healthy digestion, right? When we're digesting and absorbing more of the food that we eat, we tend to be less hungry, right? If you're eating foods and you're not really absorbing them, your body's still going to be craving the you know, vitamins and minerals it needs, right? Sometimes our craving for chocolate is just a sign that we're low in magnesium, right? Sometimes craving salty foods is a sign that you're dehydrated, right? And so we're going to pay attention to how do we support healthy digestive system? How do we boost our metabolism, right? At the end of the day, your metabolism is the energy and engine that we use, right, to produce it. And if we spend more calories than we're taking in, we have weight loss. It's very simple, right? And so, maintaining energy and boosting our mood is key to any kind of weight loss program. We also have to watch out for things that sabotage our goal, right? Like hunger cravings or overeating, and having a very regular, sustainable exercise program, and one that you create yourself. Okay, so how do essential oils come into play? So we're going to look at each of these goals and what essential oils would be great. So poor digestion keeps us from properly absorbing those vitamins and minerals, makes it very difficult for us to get the nutrients we need, and can absolutely throw off your weight management goal, right? And so when you have poor digestive health, it can make you downright uncomfortable, right? And so, maybe you stay away from some of the foods that might be healthier because they create gas, right? Some of the vegetables that we eat might make us feel bloated. Even though they're really good for us, we need to manage that bloating and that feeling, right? So, here are some of my favorites. So Digescent is one of my first, right? It's a blend of essential oils that are really good for digestive health. But there's lots of different essential oils, right? And look at some of the names here: fennel, ginger, peppermint, right? Black pepper. These are things that we know are good for the digestive tract. Why? Because we eat them like at holiday meals, right? You eat fennel in your salad or at the end of a meal to help digest, right? You'll chew on a mint leaf in a restaurant to help you with that digestive discomfort. And ginger, we know, is really great if you're feeling nauseous, right? And so we know that these are really powerful to help us with our digestive comfort. Our next goal is to increase our metabolism, right? And so I love black pepper, right? Our metabolic rate is kind of defined as these series of chemical reactions in the body that break down our food and turn that food into energy. And so each person has a different metabolic rate, and it's going to fluctuate based on your weight, based on your energy, based on the calories you're taking in, right? The rate at which you burn calories and use energy has a lot to do with genetics. It's individual to you, but there's lots of things that we can do to control how our metabolism is going to affect our weight. So regardless of where you're starting or ending, we can use black pepper easily, right? Put it in a capsule, right? It's actually not unpleasant. It's not like black pepper, the powder. It's very soft and muted. So you could put it in tea. You could put it in your water. I put it in a capsule and take it that way. Sometimes I'll just drop it under my tongue. That's fun too, right? But there's lots of different oils that help with a healthy metabolism. So, pick one of them and start using them every single day, right? One of the reasons I like black pepper is because there's actually a lot of science that talk about how it promotes cellular health, which is always a good foundation for cellular metabolism, right? We know it also has beta-carotenin, which is kind of similar to a cannabinoid in its pain relieving effect. And so, especially if you're doing more exercise, black pepper is going to help the metabolism side, your pain side, and your cellular health. It's like a win-win all over. I also want to talk a little bit about how your mood and your motivation to move is going to impact your overall weight management process, right? When you feel sluggish, when you are kind of in a down mood, for me, it's like I can't even get myself to, exercise sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like it's that mindset, it's the mood. I just don't even feel like it. when you're down or you're depressed, what do you want to do, right? We want comfort food. We want to sit on the couch with the bonbons and pop them in our mouth and watch some feel-good movie, right? We don't want to get up and move around. We don't want to let go of those comfort foods, right? And so I love using Motivate. It's a blend that's very uplifting and it is actually motivating. It does exactly what its name says. But there's lots of oils that help with motivation and mood. And so again, right, like pick the aroma that is attractive to you, right? There are so many different essential oils with so many different fragrances. I always invite people to find the one that motivates you. So we also have exercise, right? Super important for us to do some exercise. Like now, this, I don't even like to use the word exercise. I like to use the word movement, right? Like we need to move, right? It's about oxygenating our cells, right? So we have a lot of different oils that can help us apply it before you go to work out, right? I love using peppermint to open my airways, right? Eucalyptus, same thing, right? You know, we have different oils that when you apply them topically, they start to bring blood flow to your muscles, right? And so we're going to have a better workout when we apply these things. And then, you know, either before or after our exercise, well, you know, you might be a little bit stiff, right? And so we want to promote movement by using some of these essential oils, right? Like frankincense and peppermint is one of my favorite combinations, right? You could substitute the wintergreen, right? Or just use deep blue. Deep blue is an amazing blend of essential oils that really helps with that circulation, with the lessening of some of the discomfort with exercise. And one of the things I love is it has an ingredient called helichrysum that actually helps kind of restore the cells and the tissues, you know, because while we're working out, sometimes we are damaging tissues. And so lots of really good choices here to help support you to exercise more. Now, we also have some essential oils that are really good for weight management, right? And so what I want to do is kind of focus on some of the oils that are my favorite and give you a little bit of in-depth knowledge about their specific gifts. So one of my favorite, grapefruit, right? Its benefits is that it's one of the ones we can use for motivation, right? And so it's going to be a mood uplifter and it's going to help keep us motivated. I also love that it's one of the ones that helps support healthy metabolism. And I know that we need to break down fat. And so grapefruit actually helps us get rid of toxins, right? And the toxins are sometimes stored in a fat cell. And so until the toxin's gone, we cannot use the fat cell, right? That's why we tend to have places on our body that we'd like to lose the weight, but there's the fat's been there for a little while, and so now it's a little bit more difficult. We lose weight in areas we didn't really want to lose the weight, right? And so grapefruit is really good to help with that particular weight loss goal. We also have lime. It's another one of the citrus oils, and it is going to again be very supportive of that mood, your healthy metabolism. And what I love is there's some science that shows that it helps with healthy blood sugar and cholesterol levels, right? That helps maintain them where we want them to be. And so wouldn't you agree that if your blood sugar levels are all out of whack, right, we end up with cravings that we just need, it's going to sabotage your weight loss goals. So just using lime, a drop or two in your water every single day is perfect for that. We also have thyme. So thyme is a spice oil, right? And so this is one that we take internally because it's really good for overall health, right? It is not one that I put in my water. I do put this one in a capsule. It's very cleansing to the GI tract. Remember, one of our first goals is to help the digestive system function better, right? We need to absorb the food. We need to get rid of some of the pathogens that disrupt our digestive function. And, you know, this is what helps support healthy metabolism and weight management, right? So, you know, like, it may not be one that's on the top of people's list in terms of aroma, right? But thyme is amazing in your weight loss program. Okay, so I spoke a little bit about Digestion, but let's talk a little bit more, right? It's really good to soothe an upset stomach. So if you're introducing new foods that maybe you're not used to yet, it's going to help with that, right? Get that GI tract running optimally and keep maintaining that, right? One of my other really awesome blends that I use, right? I don't really have a need to lose weight. I've been pretty much the same weight for the last 40 years, but I do need help with my metabolism. And so whether it's a metabolic issue for you, or whether it's energy or it's weight loss, Slim and Sassy is great. It is a combination of, you know, citrus oils that are mood uplifters and toxic cleansers, ginger and peppermint that are great for that digestive tract, and cinnamon bark, which helps us keep those blood sugar levels healthy, right? And so it's going to help us with those cravings, right? Help reduce those opportunities for sabotage, calm down that stomach, and really help promote a healthy metabolism. And it's just uplifting. And so you're just going to be happy, right? I take this internally under the tongue whenever I get nausea. And, you know, I just love Slim and Sassy. Okay. Another oil, and it's actually in a capsule now, turmeric, right? Turmeric helps us with antioxidant capacity, cardiovascular and liver health. It's neuroprotective. It helps with glucose and lipid metabolism and general cellular, immune, and nervous system, right? And so, like, I added this here because if you look at that lipid metabolism, lipid is a fat. And so I love when you add this to your weight loss regimen, it will help your body know what to do with the fats, healthy fats versus the unhealthy fats. It'll help break them down and, you know, get your body absorbing what it needs to absorb and shedding what it doesn't. Okay. What else can we talk about? So Slim and Sassy, it's kind of like, it has a trim shake, it has soft gels, it has gum, it has a whole bunch of different things that actually, this is like a meal replacement, right? And so I use the trim shake. They have vanilla and chocolate flavors, and I make this part of my smoothie. It has the protein that I need, and it actually has something called astaxanthin, which helps us with stress, right? Reducing the cortisol that's in our bloodstream. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to spend a few minutes on, like, you know, some of the things that sabotage our weight loss goals. Okay, and so if you just bear with me a minute, right? I'm a science geek, so I could go on for a half hour on the next couple of slides, but I'm gonna make this really simple for you, right? We know that when we intake more calories than we need, that gets stored as fat, right? It's just very simple. And, you know, we want to balance that out. We want our energy expenditure to be equal to the calories that we're taking in. So our pancreas gets involved in that, our stomach gets involved in that, and our hormones get involved in that. And now one of the things that happens, right? So we have hormones that control everything, right? And so ghrelin, right, is the hormone that gets released to make you hungry, right? And so it's produced by the cells, in your GI tract, right? And it makes you hungry, right? It's designed to keep us alive, right? It's also released when we have high stress, right? It's part of the response of the hypothalamus. And when we have too much of it, right, we amass adipose tissue, right? Adipose tissue is where we store fats, right? And notice, right, that little extended belly that we have when we have high stress, right? That's about the adipose tissue that's there, right? And on the other side, right, we have leptin. Leptin is a hormone that's released to say, I'm full, right? I don't want any more. And so, you know, it's about balancing these two hormones that go back and forth, right, based on what's going on. And, you know, when they're out of balance, it's very easy to put on some excess weight, right? So one of the oils that I love, it's an oil called yarrow palm, palm standing for pomegranate. And so there's a lot of times we have some metabolic dysfunction, right? And so there's a way of what normal adipocytes are supposed to look like. And, you know, when you have excess weight, they're actually like a completely different profile. If you look here, right, adiponectin is high and the resistin and the TNF are low. But when you have that obesity, right, when you're putting on more fat, right, these things change. And so you don't need to know all of the science behind this, but you do need to know that yarrow palm helps normalize this, right? And so I love using it to help, you know, with the proper glucose that's supposed to be in my bloodstream, you know, like whether I need to pull it into the cell or push it out into my bloodstream, whether I need to accumulate the fat or push it out. Like, this is very complicated stuff that goes on every single day in your body. And so using an essential oil like yarrow palm, which is kind of a botanical nutritive duo, right, it's going to help you be protected from insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, coronary artery disease, right, just by balancing adiponectin, right? Like, so this is one of my favorites, right? It's a powerful antioxidant when you take it internally. And the side benefit is it's going to promote immune health as well as, you know, cellular health, right? It's going to help you with that metabolic function. And it's so good that they put it in a capsule. And so this capsule, right, it's kind of like cellular beauty, right? So it's a beauty complex, but it's about making your cells beautiful, right? So it helps improve skin firmness. It brightens your complexion. It provides powerful antioxidant support. And when you feel better about who you are and how you look, it is going to, you know, increase that motivation to stick with your program. And one of the key things that it does is it actually helps your body with collagen production, right? And so I want you to think of collagen as the glue that holds you together. It is the most abundant protein in the human body, right? It puts together your bones, your muscles, your skins, your tendon, right? It forms this kind of scaffolding that provides all of the strength and all of the structure. And so yarrow palm, not just with the yarrow palm oil, but with these other ingredients like zinc and vitamin C, it's going to help with that collagen synthesis. And so, like, you know, this is a must-have for people who are on a weight loss, healthy weight management program. Okay, so what I did now was I kind of said, well, you know, let's talk about, well, what would a program look like, right? And so, like, what would your day look like, right? Start out with some thyme, put some Slim and Sassy in your smoothie, and put peppermint on your chest, or, you know, just breathe it in to help wake you up, right? Get your body moving right out of the gate. In the afternoon, right, you want to start using that grapefruit because we want to help when those cravings hit. We want to stay hydrated all day long, right? If you're drinking more water, you are eating less, right? It'll also help you avoid those sugary drinks and sodas that can truly sabotage your whole day just by having 1 or 2 glasses of a sugary drink, right? And so I love putting any of the citrus oils. We're mentioning wild orange and grapefruit here. but pick any one of them, mix them up every single day so that it tastes different every single time, right? In the evening, you're gonna, again, use the Slim and Sassy, and you're going to add your Digest-N, right? We want to like incorporate that to help us with that GI health. And then of course, nighttime, right? We've had a long day. Maybe your muscles are sore, so you can massage some, you know, wintergreen or cassia, frankincense to help you start the process of like healing your cells, right? All the damage that we've done from our very busy day, the stress, right? We want to prepare for that good night's sleep, right? And, you know, it's really about stacking that wellness pyramid, right? Eating right is on the bottom of the pyramid for a reason, right? But exercise, rest, and managing stress and reducing our toxic load is really key, right? We have to create a terrain for healing. Like whatever it is that's going on in your body, right? That transformation is about living this wellness pyramid. And so I wanted to give you some good suggestions about how to do that, right? So we want to focus on a nutritious diet. We want portion control, right? Make sure that you're planning ahead, right? When you have meals planned for you and they're ready to go, right? When you're hungry and you don't really feel like waiting 30 to 45 minutes to cook something healthy, right? That can sabotage you. And so plan ahead and seriously avoid processed food. Now, I'm not saying give it up altogether, but try to live the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of your diet should be raw and natural and unprocessed. And then that gives you kind of like a budget to cheat the other 20% of the time. I have a green smoothie recipe, right? Baby kale, some of your favorite organic berries, right? Whether you want a carrot or banana or pineapple to throw in there, and just a couple of drops of your favorite citrus oil. I really like wild orange. Sometimes I'll mix in, you know, some peanut butter, right? If I'm really shy on some proteins and some healthy fats, right? That's just one of the many recipes. There's hundreds of them. Like if you want to connect with me after this, I can send you some really good recipes. Again, second on the wellness pyramid is exercise, right? And so find an activity that you enjoy, right? If you hate walking, right, then making walking part of your routine is probably not a really good idea, right? Find something that you do enjoy doing, right? And then schedule it into your routine, right? If we don't make time for it, we can never find the time, right? And so we have to put it in your schedule, block it off, and mix it up a little bit so that you don't get bored with the same thing over and over again, right? When we're looking at exercise, there's so many oils to help, right? So we want to stay hydrated. So always putting those citrus oils in your water. Staying motivated with, you know, cypress, tangerine, Siberian fir. It's my favorite. Oh my gosh, I love Siberian fir. It's a wood oil, and it's very grounding and stabilizing to the nervous system. And it's really good, like, to help me shift my perception, right? There's something about it that I just kind of look at things a little bit differently after I've put Siberian fir on, right? But there's so many different oils that you can use as part of your exercise routine. I did want to also mention, right? So sometimes I just need a little bit more energy to get through all the things that are on my agenda for the day. And so Max is a really good energy and stamina complex. It is about, it doesn't use your hormones, which is what many of the energy drinks do. This uses your mitochondria, which is the, you know, the engine of your cells, right? And so it is going to do a lot of good energy stimulation without those harmful stimulants, because it's working on the mitochondria. How will they function and how they create the energy in your body, right? And what's really good is that it's going to defend against oxidative stress, right? And so oxidation happens just by living and breathing, right? Our cells are exchanging oxygen and they release free radicals that damage our cells and create what? Inflammation, right? And so if you can help to defend the cell against that damage, right, we're going to also reduce our inflammatory response, right? And so, but energy production, our stamina, healthy metabolism, these are key in weight management programs, right? And so just using this, I take one every morning and I love it. Okay. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about managing stress and rest, right? So, you know, like when we have a lot of stress, we produce stress hormones like cortisol, and cortisol increases that appetite hormone called ghrelin. It actually helps you to be really hungry for carbohydrates. So getting stress under control is absolutely paramount, right? And so my favorite two is adaptive and balance, right? If you're looking to have something that kind of help you bed down, you can use either of those two, adaptive or balance, at night, or you can use the restful blend, which is called Serenity, right? When we have sleep disruption, right? You know, whether it's stress or sleep disruption, we are, you know, decreasing leptin, which helps us feel satiated, and we're increasing ghrelin, which makes you want to eat. So, you know, these things are all tied together. So if you're having some weight loss, you know, challenges that you feel like it's always getting sabotaged, let's manage your stress and get you some better sleep that will help your goal. And plus, when we get less stress, better sleep, aren't we going to be happier? Is that going to help with our mood? Right? It's just going to wrap the whole thing up in a bow. Okay. So finally, I wanted to talk a little bit about, like, sometimes our thyroid, right, overactive, underactive, can be hugely disruptive to our weight management goals. And so this is a blend that you make yourself: clove, basil, frankincense, lemongrass, and myrrh, right? It's good for mood, it's good for healthy weight management, it's good for energy, it's going to help, you know, normalize the function of the thyroid, right? And so this will help us to really kind of change our attitude, right? Set these achievable goals, surrounding yourself with things that are going to help you get through it, right? Because what we're not going to do this for just a little while, right? We're creating a whole new lifestyle, right? The things we do to get to our healthy weight are the things that we do to stay at our healthy weight. And so this becomes a daily routine, right? And we want to establish this and continue it over and over again. Now, there's lots and lots of different ebooks and resources that I can send you. So if this is something that you want more information on, right, all you have to do is fill out this little contact me card, right? If you're not yet a member, where you have oils at your fingertips at home, I'll send you some free samples. I like to make sure that people try them before they buy them, and find which one works the best for you, which one is the one that really is your favorite. So you can fill out this little link. I can actually put it in the chat. Right? You can just click on that, and just, it's a way of me getting a hold of you so that I know how to contact you and mail you something. But you could just text me or email me. I'm on social media, so you could find me on Facebook or Instagram. I have a Vimeo channel. Maybe you're watching this recording on my Vimeo channel. There's lots of different topics out there, right? We do different topic-based webinars every single week. So what's coming up this week? Well, tomorrow I'm doing essential oils and reflexology, right? Kind of the science behind how we apply oils to the feet and the hands for targeted support. We also have a class that's designed to just kind of teach people, how do we learn more, right? I got a few oils, whether they're samples or I purchased them. What do I do now, right? We have some really good classes coming up next week. And so, you know, I invite you to just stay connected with us, enjoy being part of our community, and learn a little bit more. Like, whatever it is that's your goal, I'm here to support you.